As you mentioned, so it's basically the issue of water scarcity, which you believe will become one of the biggest issues, global issues in the coming years. And what you have is basically a device which is helping to save water. So as far as I understood, you basically install the device by, I don't know, your tap or your shower, whatever it is. And instead of turning on the tap and waiting for the hot water to go through and losing all that cold water that comes out, it recycles the cold water back into the system so that water only actually comes through once it's reached a predefined temperature. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Leo from Future Networks, and today we are joined by Sergio Marquez, who is the CEO of Aquasave. Now, Aquasave is a deep-in project whose mission is to save water consumption globally. Sergio, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you very much also for inviting us. Happy to join this podcast and happy to share as well about our project, Aquasave.
Awesome. Excited to have you on. And Sergio, I'm going to be completely transparent and honest with you. When I first heard about Aquasave, I was a little bit confused as to how the deep-in element came into it. And since talking to you and doing more research, I've understood a lot better about, for example, the data collection aspect of Aquasave and how that's going to help support the token price by generating revenue. So I'm really looking forward to getting into that and letting listeners know how, I guess, the mechanics of the project works. But before we do, perhaps you can set the scene for everybody and just let us know, what is the problem that you're solving at Aquasave and how are you solving that problem?
Yes, for sure. Well, first of all, I would like to say that we, the team, we were involved of different deep-in projects before I start with Aquasave. Deep-in is the centralized physical infrastructure, and from Helium, the first more notable project in this ecosystem, we start joining other projects, and we saw that is, technology that will really change how people do the things, and the traditional industry could definitely change thanks to this technology. We see that they have a lot of potential, and because of this, we decided to create Aquasave. We were first exploring which areas, fields could be interesting to link IoT devices. Actually, in my case, I was working for many years for a research group, and I explore very different technologies in smart cities, wearables. So from this, we discovered that water have a lot of things that are happening, a lot of issues, and we decided to focus on water. And from this, we discovered a device that is patented and solve an issue that almost everyone have every day when we want to have hot water. We are wasting seconds, minutes of water, and we discovered, thanks to this technology, we can resolve this issue, and combining this technology with blockchain and deep-in technology, will be something very interesting. So right now, about the problem, water scarcity is going to be the static set that is going to become the risk number one in our planet in just few years. And we detect that there is also some regions that have several issues right now with water. They are taking water from aquifers. Some regions have scarcity for some months during the year. From this, it's important to link technology that could provide us a better manage of this vital element for life. Thanks to Aquasave, we believe that we can change the behavior of water from users, and also improve the consumption, reduce the consumption, and also attach other interesting things that probably I can explain further later.
Awesome. So as you mentioned, so it's basically the issue of water scarcity, which you believe will become one of the biggest issues, global issues in the coming years. And what you have is basically a device which is helping to save water. So as far as I understood, you basically install the device by, I don't know, your tap or your shower, whatever it is. And instead of turning on the tap and waiting for the hot water to go through and, losing all that cold water that comes out, it recycles the cold water back into the system so that water only actually comes through once it's reached a predefined temperature. Is that a reasonably good explanation of what the device itself does?
Yeah, it's perfect explanation. This technology what do is reintroduce the water inside the cold water pipes, repump to the heater, and not allow the water to fill until we reach the temperature. So with one device, normally located under the sink, we can cover the entire house, and we can also track and monitor the parameters, more interesting parameters that came from our water in our facilities. So from this, we also include in this first device that is called Aquasave. We can include features like detect leaks and losses in the facilities, prevent the generation of different kind of bacteria, or avoid the pipes to get frozen. And what we do is from the data collection that we are doing from the devices, we put all this information in our platform where we generate reports, different KPIs, and very nice dashboard where clients that could be interested or willing in buy this information could access and monetize this information from this.
Okay, interesting. And so you can actually just have one device in the house, and that will then work on all of the kind of hot water taps in the property. Did I get that correctly?
Yeah, as soon as you have the temperature ready in your pipes, uh, with one device is more than enough to cover the
Okay.
entire house. So in the
In-
case that you have more than one bathroom, you will have ready the temperature as soon as you activate
Okay.
the device. And
Interesting.
the nice thing is we combine the devices with a mobile application, and from this we can schedule or through voice messages we can activate the device as soon as we want. So
Mhm,
in the case, for example, that you normally take showers every day at the same hour, you can
mhm.
schedule when you want the hot water, and the device is going to provide you the water by the time that you select.
Awesome. Okay. And so like this is one of the things that I really look for in deep in projects that I like is when there's a device that's actually going to be useful for the user themselves. And this very much sounds like that. So perhaps you could expand upon the benefits of an individual having one of these devices in their house.
This is the most interesting thing about our project. No, we after all our experience in other deepin projects, what we saw is that as soon as the value of the token decrease, normally people lose the interest to have connected these devices because actually some of them don't have a real feature for the users. No, maybe you provide a service, but in our case, we were aware about this, and what we wanted is to link in our devices real functionalities. So I
Mhm,
already explained that we have the possibility to monitor from our facility. We can see different information like quality of water, the pressure, the flow level.
mhm,
Also, we include other features, like I explained, detect losses or leaks in the facilities, prevent the generation of bacteria, or avoid the
mhm,
pipes to get frozen. From all this information, we have this mobile application where we can control as we want the device, and
mhm,
the device itself have an impact in our bills because
mhm,
we are having savings in our water and energy consumption. So from this, reducing the consumption, we are going to reduce as well the bills, and we are going to have a return of the investment just with the device without
mhm.
considering the crypto. So this means that will be something interesting for users, although the crypto. And the crypto, of course, is something that we wanted to add because we think that could be a booster in our project, provide us massive adoption,
Mhm.
massive deployment as well about our technology. So from this, we don't want to stop here. We are planning also to have other devices that measure information about water in other contexts. And the idea is also generate technology that actively could save water and provide us information for have a better decision making and
Mhm.
also optimize our processes. So from this, there is clients that could be interested in the device because they have a house and they see that could be interesting to have this technology because thanks to this technology are going to have savings and also are going to improve, like is going to have something that could is going to generate like the future of the bathrooms, no? Something
Yeah.
that instantly is going to generate hot water without wasting any drop. This is something for sure interesting, but also public institutions,
Mhm.
countries, and different companies are going to be also interested in this technology because thanks to this, they are going to have also information and also they are going to reduce the consumption. And this is something important. As I mentioned, many regions suffer water scarcity for some months during the year. And also there is, we are suffering problems with the quality of water. So this technology helps to this. And what we are
Yeah.
doing is real-time monitoring and in many cases in the infrastructure that we have right now, it doesn't assist this, no? So because of
Yeah.
this, I see the potential of what we are creating.
Yeah, and there's a lot to unpack there. So I'd sort of summarize that by saying the device is obviously very useful for individuals because you install in the house. It's going to actually save you water, so that's decreasing your energy bills. One step further, it's going to give you information about if, for example, you have a bacterial issue in your water system. It's going to stop the pipes from freezing. That's very interesting, both for individuals and businesses. I can think of like one example. I know like gym chains, for example, who want to save on their bills and know what's going on within their plumbing system. So that's really cool. So I guess that's one customer segment. Not only are they buying the device, but I think on your documentation, you mention a subscription service. Would that subscription be from that customer group, that it's a subscription to the data that the app is providing about the water in their kind of their property?
Yeah, sadly, there is two ways to use our devices. One way is, okay, I buy the technology, I interested just in the technology, and I don't want to share my information. Of course, if you want to share, this is going to be anonymous, so anyone is going to be able to track the name or the real ubication of this person. But there is people that maybe is not interested in crypto. We see a huge market there, and we don't want to close our technology just for people that are aware or willing to buy the device because of the rewards. No, so
Yeah.
there is this sector of the population that could access to our technology, and
Yeah.
also we have people that could be interested in also the rewarding.
Yeah.
And from this, what we are going to see is if the device is connected, is sending properly information every day, and from this they will receive everyday rewards thanks
Hmm.
to the data sharing. Also, another interesting thing that we are doing is we combine two technologies, IoT and blockchain, and from this we can trace and add veracity to the data information that we collect. And from the savings that users are having, we are going to create something that we call it water footprint certificates. And from
Okay.
this, we have the possibility to monetize the savings trading in the water and carbon credit market.
Yeah.
So there
Okay.
is companies that are willing to buy the savings that company that have an impact in the environment because of their processes, and they want to become balance zero in emissions and also water. And from this, they could buy or credits to become more green. No, so this is something that we are doing. Actually, we already have some partnerships prepared, and although we have few devices deployed, we could trade these credits easily.
Yeah, so that's, I guess, the second group segment where you can potentially generate revenue. It's from actually, it's the carbon credits. So you can aggregate, let's say, in one country or geography, all of the water that's been collectively saved by these Aquasave devices, and you can then sell them as carbon credits on the carbon credit market, and then companies, whoever wants to come and buy those carbon credits, can. So that's another way that revenue is generated to feed, I guess, back into the token price. That's really cool. And are there any other kind of profiles of customers? I think it mentions in your documentation that you've been speaking with governments and some other like water companies. How might they get involved? And is it the data that they would find valuable that's being collected, or what would kind of governments, for example, be looking to buy from you?
Yeah, so we have two lines. One line is the devices, and the other is the information that we are collecting. And from this, there is a huge market. As you said, countries, governments will be interested in our technology and in our data information. From our technology, if everyone install this first device, the Aquaman Saver, in a city, we could reduce the total amount of consumption of water in more than 23%. This means that we don't need to treat before and after the user have the water all this amount. No, so this is an important impact in the planet and also in these governments countries. No, also there is water supply companies that right now have technology that from this technology they collect information, gather information, and from this information, they have to provide in the houses the water. No, but in the actual infrastructure that we have, normally these devices, the meters, have batteries, and they are only able to send the information once per day, because if not, batteries is not going to be provide enough energy to have a longer. So
Lifespan.
from this, what we are doing is real-time monitoring, and from this real-time monitoring, this information will be very interesting for also these companies, these water supply
How is
companies.
your
And there is
Sorry to interrupt, Sergio. How is your device able to do more frequent data uploads than just once a day? If is it
because
also relying on batteries? Is it using, how does that work?
our device is plugged in the electricity,
Okay.
have low consumption, because actually no need to be activated every time. So just when
Yeah.
we require to collect information, we activate the device, and uh, is the user the one that is going to install. It's not outside the house, it's inside the house. So thanks to this, we can have this real-time monitoring. And right now, for have online this infrastructure, like everything works in the case of the water supply companies, they have to spend a lot of money to have this infrastructure working, and they require to have operators that check that the meters are totally functional. So
Mhm.
thanks to this approach, we are solving this issue that, and also we could reduce the total amount of money required to maintain this infrastructure. And there is also some other different companies, like for example, construction companies, uh, services companies that, for example, offer heaters, boilers that
Yeah.
also could be interested in access to our set of devices, and from this provide more accurate and powerful technology for their clients.
Mhm. So,
So yeah, there is some example, but yeah, this is something that cover a lot of markets, and
yeah,
there is different companies that for sure is going to be interesting, and they are going to be willing to access and buy our devices because of
interesting.
all this. And also the data information is super interesting. As soon as you have a big amount of devices deployed, the value of this information is too high.
Yeah, and it's using that deeping approach to get that mass scale and get a load of devices deployed, and then it's that once you got the mass adoption, that's when you have the data that's useful for people. You mentioned there, Sergio, that governments might be interested in this because, I mean, ultimately, if you're able to save 23% water consumption in any given city, you're going to be saving whoever is responsible for treating that water, as you mentioned, right? You're saving them a lot of money. So that's an awesome benefit for them. Do you have a go-to-market strategy for working either with those water companies or with the governments to actually help you to get the devices deployed?
Yeah, actually, we are right now in negotiations with some countries where we
Mhm.
can deploy massively our technology. From this, yeah, they could have all these benefits from
Mm.
the reduction of water consumption to have a real-time monitoring and a better tracking of what is happening in the water distribution pipes and facilities. So the
Yeah.
idea is to have yeah, some pilots in different regions or countries, and from this, yeah, establish big partnership, and have also, yeah, from this some benefits and promotions for our community, and
What,
add
what does that
utility to the token.
What does that look like in your vision? So let's say you have the mayor of London as an example, the city I live, who's super interested in this, right? Do you see it as in, I don't know, the government might give grants to fund the purchase of the hardware and deployment, or how would that government entity, just as an example, how would they sort of get involved with the actual deployment of the devices?
Yeah, no, it's exactly like this. For example, in a house, if you rebuild the house and become more efficient, normally they give you some grants. For example, if you want to change the windows. So
Yeah.
this is exactly like this. In a country or in a region that suffer water
Mm.
scarcity right now, for example, in Spain, there is some regions that have only available water for some hours during the day because of this scarcity, and
Yeah.
there is several issues in different countries with the quality as well, and with other things. So from our technology, we can the countries could benefit a lot, and
Mm.
from this, it will be ideal that they promote and give some grants or benefits to the ones that buy our technology. So this is the strategy. As soon as we have some pilots in some countries, and we can demonstrate how we can reduce the consumption, and also promote the better use of water, no, the better manage. From this, we can do a lot, and we need to demonstrate this. As soon as we do, of course, I think that we can get very good deals with governments, public institutions, or water supply companies. And from
Mhm.
this, what we would like is that users also could benefit about all this partnership.
Awesome. That makes a ton of sense. And perhaps you could elaborate briefly on your roadmap. Are there any key milestones and goals that you guys are working towards?
Yeah, well, we were working in this project for more than 1 year. Actually, we already achieved many milestones. We already have a totally functional MVP with
Yeah.
all the different develops necessary in our architecture ecosystem. So this is something that we already achieved. Also, we attend to the last hackathon of Solana, and we won the climate award. And from the technology that we are developing, this hardware is something that was on sale for more than 10 years, and we actually have the owner of the patent and the owner of the device that we are based also is part of the founders in Aquasave. And from this, we have already a lot of connections with many companies and a factory prepared to manufacture many thousand of devices per year. And the idea from this is we are improving the device. We are going to industrialize this new device. And from this, we are planning to have a pre-sale of devices in a few weeks, and we will launch our token by the end of this year. And we are also actively looking for funding. We expect to raise some millions of dollars, and from this, we expect to have totally functional product by the first quarter of next year.
Amazing.
And what we require right now is that people know us, that see the potential from everything that we are doing, and very interesting all the benefits that could have these early adopters users that access to the pre-sale, and from this they could have a better price, and also there is going to be linked an NFT with 1000 aqua coins or token. This is the plan. We have many things going on, many partnerships that we still want to have internally in the project. We don't want to announce until the moment come, but I see the potential of what we are doing, and I think the next months people is going to see how we can change the way that we behave with water, and also how we can promote, thanks to our technology, the better behavior and in different contexts.
Amazing. And you touched upon it there, but so you're going to have your pre-sale of the first batch of devices in a few weeks. For anybody listening that wants to get involved, what should they do to make sure they can participate in that pre-sale?
Yeah, we have right now in our web space, aquasave.io, the possibility to sign in the whitelist. And from this, as soon as the final date is announced, we are going to send an email telling all the details about this pre-sale. So this
So we'll
could
put
be
the link below
the
in
best
the
thing.
description. So we're going to link it out from here, so users can
Great.
hit the link below and then leave their name in the form there.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And also what I recommend is follow the different social media, X and also Discord. And there, we are every day posting about the project. I encourage the community to follow us, and from this, they will be tuned about everything that is happening with our project.
Awesome. Again, we'll put all those links to the socials, etc., below. So, Sergio, one parting question for you. If you could give one piece of advice to other founders trying to build a sustainability focused deep in the Web3 space, what would your piece of advice to them be?
Well, in our case, what we are very aware in our technologies that have features, real functionality outside the token and the crypto world. No, so what I recommend is that it's interesting to have something that have a real value for the community, for the users, and from this, if works in the real yield, uh, probably is going to work as well in deep in ecosystem. No, so this could be my advice.
Awesome.
From this, there is so many things to consider. We are fighting every day to reach our milestones and engage our community. Having in consideration, if you have something real and something that have a real value, from this is easier to reach the rest.
Basically, produce something that people actually want.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah, I think that's a great bit of advice. And
Yeah.
yeah, on that note, Sergio, that's been super useful to get a broader understanding of Aquasave. So thank you so much for coming on today. Really appreciate your time. And yeah, thanks again.
Thank you very much.